Hey guys, Grady here for another episode of Grady's Garage. Today we're going to go over fuel mileage and the things that we can do to help it. There's a lot of things that we can't control, and some of the things that we can't control would be the weight of the trailer. Flow of traffic is a big issue and a big point in the fuel mileage. Today we're just going to go over some of the key points on how we are as drivers and a company can improve our fuel mileage. All right, so one of the things we're going to touch on is our speed. Speed plays a huge factor in fuel mileage. Every mile an hour over 60 is a tenth in mileage we lose off the big number. We like to see the speed limit. It's when we get our best fuel mileage is when we maintain speed limit. We maintain a safe following distance so we're not jamming on the brakes. So when we have to jam on the brakes, we have to accelerate to stay in traffic. So that kills fuel mileage. We also have the cruise control as your best friend. Our cruise controls are set up to where they follow the flow of traffic. They adapt. It's called adaptive cruise. We rely on that really heavy. These are just some of the driving habits that we can implement to improve our fuel mileage. So one of the big factors in fuel mileage is actually idle time. For every hour the truck runs idling, it burns a gallon of fuel, and that really plays a factor into the big number of our fuel mileage as a company. If a truck idles for roughly 6 hours a day, it burns roughly 1,800 gallons of fuel a month just idling. That's out of 30 days. That's 0 miles per gallon on that fuel that we burnt. Not only does it factor in on fuel mileage, but it's harder on the DPF system and the SRC system. There's a few things you can do before you shut down for the night that can ensure that the truck doesn't sit there and idle the whole time. We usually tell drivers to cool off the living space as much as they can, or warm it up as much as they can before they shut down, so that the truck doesn't have to sit there and run the whole time to cool it off or warm it up. If it just has to maintain that temperature, it's a lot easier on the fuel consumption of the vehicle. So another good thing to remember or to implement on your pre-trips is checking your fuel filters. We have what's called a Davco canister filter. If that filter starts getting closer to the top, you can start noticing changes in your fuel mileage. The truck's not running as good. We need to get that filter in. Most of the time, the truck needs a full oil change by the time that filter's full. So keep up on your maintenance, everything. So every 50,000 we're getting an oil change. They replace the fuel filters. On pre-trips, check your tires. Low tire pressure can cause more rolling resistance on the road, making the truck work harder. Just everything that we can do during a pre and post trip to make sure that the truck runs as efficiently as it can. We want to take those steps to do that, and pre and post trips is where to do it. Those are just a few tips on how to improve fuel mileage in your rig. This has been Grady for another episode of Grady's Garage. See you on the next one.